Hey, sixth grade math students, I'm putting together a little video to start out class here so that you kind of know what's expected of you while I'm gone this afternoon. And it's going to look like a lot of work, and it should be plenty to keep you busy, and perhaps there's even some things you might have to complete at home. But I think if you use your time wisely in class, I think you can probably get all of this done. So um, the substitute is going to be handing out a variety of papers to you. Some are for lesson 3 and some are for lesson 4. And we will eventually have you mark those in some way. And that way you know which ones are tasks and which ones are practice problems and so on. But one thing you'll want to be able to always refer to in class, you can always come back to this video to watch because I'll put this in the stream here, but you can go to the stream and I put an announcement on like I plan to do every day, basically telling you step by step what to do. So for Monday, August 31st, knowing that all material can be found in your classwork under Unit 1, Lesson 2 and 3, that's more for remote learners. The rest of you who are in class, your materials will be handed out by the substitute. All students who are in class should be doing their work on the paper given to them. Remote learners, I want you to use the digital way to do things. So on Friday, you were working on lesson 3 tasks. You should have that. If you don't, I have extra copies. But you need to complete the lesson 3 tasks that you were working on Friday. And then when you're done with those, I want you to keep them, put them in your folder. And then I want you to complete the lesson 3 practice problems that the sub will give you. And I want you to keep that. So for a brief moment here, and again, you can refer to this video, here's what the lesson 3 tasks would look like. It looked something like this to start with. And here's what the lesson 3 practice problems will look like. It looks like that. Unfortunately, they don't say practice problems on your sheet like it does on the one I have. But the problem is the same there. It'll look the same. Should have the same figures on it. When you're done with that, let me go back here to the announcements. So you've done the lesson 3 tasks, lesson 3 practice problems. Then you may move on to the lesson 4 task and the lesson 4 practice problems. I'll give you a quick view of what those will look like here as I go to my textbook. The lesson 4 tasks look like this to begin with. This is what the first set of problems looks like. And the practice problems over lesson 4 look like that. But again, they don't say practice problems on them. I'm going to recommend you write task and practice problems on those sheets when you're working on them. That way you can keep them straight when we're discussing them, because it gets a little confusing. I want you to keep everything that you have, all the paperwork. I want you to keep it. If you're a remote learner, you can certainly submit those remotely to me or digitally to me. The other thing is, just like last week, by Friday, I have 3 IXLs I want you to complete: A.7, B.1, and B.2. The next thing I want to show you then is what this will look like within your classwork page. So here's my fake students page. They go to the classwork and you can see here's lesson 3. There's an overview and summary video that you can watch that I do. If it says remote, that's for people that are at home and doing it remotely. So if you're in the classroom, you don't need to worry about those. And then here's this help video, and I can't stress enough the help video. The substitute may not be familiar with what we're doing. They may not be able to help you as much as you'd like them to be able to. So these videos right here, the person who made them takes you through exactly how to do the different things on here. You know, you'll recognize this here. That's one of the problems that you were probably working on Friday on lesson 3. So they go through all the tasks, but they also go through the practice problems. And you do not have to worry about the "Are you ready for more" sections of anything, okay? Unless I tell you differently, never worry about the "Are you ready for more" parts of it. So I don't consider it cheating if you're working on the practice problems or the tasks and you're also getting guidance from the video. You would only be cheating yourself and hurting yourself if you chose just to copy them down and not actually learn from them. So there's the Unit 1 Lesson 3 information, and the Unit 1 Lesson 4 information. And as you're working through those today, if it seems like an awful lot of work, just know that tomorrow there won't be any homework or assignments given tomorrow. We're kind of doubling up one day, or doubling up 2 lessons into one day. And so tomorrow we'll start Lesson 5, but you won't need to worry about doing any work outside of class on that. So hopefully this helps. The substitute will help as much as they're able to do. Stay busy and stay out of trouble. Have a good afternoon.